things over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket, because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls 3 and 4 years, it's not so much, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now? It's, is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance through the rest of his career, now not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level.
DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. It's 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Worthy. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
First and 10. Right back to the air from Mahomes. He runs with it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They face second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
Hopkins sent in motion. He's got it at the 3. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. So on third and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. DJ Dallas now to return. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cardinals offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
That's to the right side, caught by McBride.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion, These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
We'll try and run for this with Connor. They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That's caught left side by Ryman.
So often, the only way to combat the perfect blitz call is to beat the blitz with the ball. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to find his open man and get the ball out of his hand because he holds on to that ball for one count longer. It most likely was going to result in a sack.
A give, running right. It's Connor. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On third down, here's a run by Connor. And he's gonna be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Murray now to throw on first down. That thrown short, caught by Ryman. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Second down, Murray. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Murray on third down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's down at the 3. What a run.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
They keep finding ways to keep this drive alive, and they're set up now for first and goal. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
I can promise you that when that play caller sent that second and short play in, he never imagined his next play call would be third and long. But after that loss there, that's the case, and he's got to be scratching his head.
So backed up now to the 8-yard line. It's third and goal. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
So, fourth down, and the veteran Matt Prater on for the Cards. This, about as short as you can get. Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So, Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready for their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They put Kelce in motion. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can. And when you connect, it is a thing of beauty. And in this case, it results in a touchdown.
And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Greg Dortch. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Murray. That one is complete to McBride. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic, there hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
They'll go again here to Connor. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Murray now. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelce. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Man in motion is Brown. First down throw, Mahomes. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. A throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
A gain there of 27 yards.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now to throw again. That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, offensive coordinator's script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient, right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs move out to a 21-3 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cards offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to Connor. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On 3rd down, Murray. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's Blake Gillikin now, as this drive quickly stalled out. So he's on to punt it away. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in those numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Third and 6. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's complete. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with great field position, a short field. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Open man is Hopkins. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Man in motion is Brown. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. This one caught just past the pylon. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is number 2, Greg. He is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Now Butker to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Chiefs stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dallas. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. Here's 2nd and 2. They go play action now. Murray. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. Catch made, right side by Wilson. Second down and 3. This is a give to Connor, running right. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
He'll fire one deep for Harrison. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Play action here. Mahomes. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That's taken in by the running back, Piron. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
They put Kelce in motion. On third down, Mahomes. The left side into the hands of Hopkins. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on fourth and short, this coach has a decision to make.
Hopkins sent in motion. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And he's going to have the Chiefs' first down. It's a gain of 12 facing fourth down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. There's that man again. Another catch.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Now he'll run it. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up first and goal.
Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Noah Gray. Touchdown, KC. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with first and 10. Now, Murray. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's caught by McBride. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Our run inside. Here's Connor. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the give, this is Connor. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll throw on 1st down with Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
It came up a little bit short there on 3rd down, but I think the reality is, Mike, they've been in 4-down territory for a while now. You find yourself down multiple scores. You cannot afford to waste any of these possessions.
They'll run for it, and it's Connor. And he's going to have the Cardinals' 1st down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the zone read, given to Connor. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Murray. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Prater's extra point is good. And the Cardinals cut into the lead a little bit. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Hardman now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to him with another drive here. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's got his tight end. It's Kelce. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They put Kelce in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A short throw taken in by Kelce. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Mahomes. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He dives, and what a catch for the first down. That one good for 15 and a first down.
You just love to see this effort, especially on third down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. Mahomes now to throw again. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. What a half he is putting together. That's his third touchdown already. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be, and I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Here's Butker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Chiefs will add one more onto their big lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll get that to Wilson. Finding room at midfield. Inside the 10. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 73 yards. Touchdown, Arizona. Now Prater to tack on the extra point. The kick is good, and the Cardinals will get just a bit closer. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He'll start at the 4. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line, and that's where the offense will take the field. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They put Kelce in motion. First down throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
So we've reached halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime reports. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout and continuing to master running and executing this offense. First and 10. On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. To throw is Mahomes. There's the tight end, Hendershot. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
1st and 10 for Mahomes. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. Greg Dortch deep to return. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
That's to the right side, caught by McBride. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
A give, running right. It's Connor. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Murray on 3rd down. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
On the handoff, it's Connor. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now a 2nd down throw for Murray. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
3rd and long. Murray looking to throw. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin First and 10. Now Mahomes. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They put Kelce in motion. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
3rd and long for Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Now a fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Connor. Has an opening past the 40. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Jones. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. Powering forward. He's in. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Cardinals are able to edge a bit closer. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Mahomes on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. Closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game. He's been outstanding. That one good for a first down. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
They put Kelce in motion. On second down, Mahomes. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Murray. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
2nd down, Murray. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Murray from the gun on third down. He's got his tight end, that's McBride. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Throwing again is Murray. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the ground, it's Connor. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the 1st down and some.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Connor going to try to bull his way in. Good blocking, and he's in. James Conner. Touchdown, Arizona. That his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Prater's extra point is good, and the Cardinals are able to cut into the deficit. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, you're going to try to keep it going. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. That's over the middle and caught by Kelce. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On play action, it's Mahomes. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. They put Kelce in motion. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. A pickup there of 13. First down, KC.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
A give here to Pacheco. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
First down throw, Mahomes. This one. A deep shot for Rice. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
That's caught downfield. It's Kelce. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Kansas City. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will extend this third quarter lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Dallas. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. That thrown short, caught by Ryman. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Murray now on 2nd down. He keeps it himself. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Murray now. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Murray will throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's 1st and 10. Murray with a give to Connor. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to Connor. And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone, a pickup of 6. Third down, 3 to go. We'll try and run for this with Connor. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's a run with Hunt. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Play action here. Mahomes. Open man downfield. It's DeAndre Hopkins with the grab. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the 4th quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. To the left side, caught by Kelce.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air? They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it, and this is a great example here why.
He'll try to run for it. And he will get into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, KC. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Butker now for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dallas. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the gun, it's Murray. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Murray. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
He's got his tight end, that's McBride. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. There was tight coverage all across the field. I think the quarterback thought he had the arm strength to fit this one into a pretty small window, but the defense wasn't having it. They were all over it, and I think the quarterback actually got away with one there.
Throwing again is Murray. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Chiefs offense about ready to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. A short pickup to the 38. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Hunt. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Pacheco. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hunt. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They put Kelce in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin, most passing yards ever in a game. Van Brocklin had 554 over 70 years ago, 1951. Help from the O-line, help from the receivers, an incredible performance, an NFL record set here. 2nd and a yard. Gray is the motion man here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Butker now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Chiefs are going to extend their lead.